I think one of the things that we've recognized, and we've said it before, is that there is no silver bullet. I was really, really discouraged, actually, when the OPM breach happened and the Senate hearings were going on, and they said, well, if you had just implemented encryption, all of this would have been solved, right? Yeah. Well, the answer is obviously no. I think that the idea of having connected and layered security is imperative. It's not simple. But the thing that we have learned is the consequences of compromised credentials. And I think one of the things that we always are fighting against is we imagine there's some black hat hacker someplace overseas. That's a true and valid threat. But the idea of being able to manage our own identities within the sphere of our own influence and the operational aspects that we have now, we owe it to ourselves to control what we can control. Yeah. And that idea of compromised credentials and the consequences of the damage that can be done when someone takes away a systems administrator's ability to function and uses those credentials, they've basically got the keys to the kingdom. I think that's one of the lessons learned in how vulnerable we are, but how controllable that risk is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, the Admiral mentioned that it's everyone's responsibility. Every individual user has a responsibility when it comes to cybersecurity, and even with HSPD 12, PIV cards, and all that for remote access, that's fine. But we got to be, even if someone can use their credentials, if you're going to allow downloading of data to remote devices and things like that, you got all kinds of vulnerabilities still there.
And if we just look at PIV or CAC adoption as checkbox security, it's not going to work. And one of the big issues that we're looking at now is to say PIV or CAC, if it's not connected back to the application and that application doesn't understand access,
sure,
not just authentication with the card, but access rights, then it's a false sense of security.
Yeah.
Sorry for the bad.
Well,